A very good morning, dear students. Today, in Methods of Preserving Food, let us continue with food and microorganisms. Okay, you know that microorganisms are present everywhere, that is, in air as well as in water and on land, right? So, they are present all around us. So, that means wherever they find food, they will be growing on that food because they require nourishment, and so they will grow on that food and spoil the food. So let's see how these microorganisms spoils the food. So in the last video I have learned about microorganisms require warmth, okay, water and air. These are the three basic requirements for the germination of the spores of different microorganisms. So last time I have told you how fungus grows on the food because it requires one, warmth, water and air along with the availability of the food. So food is required for their growth and nourishment, and other conditions are also required for them for their survival, right? So when all these four factors are there, microorganisms will definitely grow. So air is always there, water is there in the air, right? And even when it is summer season and all, warmth is always there. Only in the winter season the temperature is cold, and therefore the warmth is less for them. So they grow not vigorously but very slowly. They grow during the winter time, but during the summer season you find that the food kept outside spoils very fast. It's because the temperature or the warmth, whatever microorganisms require, is available readily in the air. So when all these factors are there along with the food, then the microorganisms readily grow on the food and spoil it very quickly. Okay, so microorganisms grow rapidly in our food or foodstuffs. We cannot see them, but if they begin to grow, the food gets spoiled. You can see how when even the fruits, if they are kept outside, they will get spoiled by this black patches and all you might have seen on the different fruits. So this indicates that they have already got spoiled because microorganisms have grown on them. So such foods or such fruits you should not eat. Okay, so suppose this type of food you find on chapati, if black colored fungus is growing on, okay, so you should not consume it, because if you consume such type of food, what will happen? Stomach ache you can have, or you can have diarrhea, vomiting. Okay, so stomach ache means you will get lot of problem in the stomach. The stomach will be starting to pain. Then diarrhea means what? You will be losing lot of water from your body in the form of loose motions. Okay, you might have heard about loose motions and all. So you lose lot of water through loose motions, and even along with diarrhea you get vomiting. Okay, in vomiting also you lose lot of water, and because of that you get lot of pain in the stomach also. Okay, so all such things can happen if you have the spoiled food, and the reason behind the spoilage of the food. It is nothing but, or no one else but, the microorganisms. Fine. So you should not consume such food. So in some not only spoiling, it even reduces the nutritive value of the food. Nutritive value means whatever nutrition you get, means nourishment you get from the food, that will be also reduced when microorganisms are growing on them. Okay, and sometimes it is so fatal, sometimes it is very dangerous that it may even threaten life. Okay, so the even person may die due to food poisoning and all. So it is very dangerous to have such type of food. So you should be very careful when you're eating this. So remember, dear students, whenever something grows on the food, you should never eat such type of food, because it may even threaten life along with vomiting, diarrhea or stomach ache. Even it may threaten life. So you should remain away. Okay, so these are some of these were something what I wanted to tell you about food and microorganism, that food get spoiled very quickly due to the presence of microorganisms. Microorganisms are present everywhere in air, water, as well as in the on the land. Fine. Now let us learn about how we can preserve the food from all these microorganisms. So there are various methods. So you can see the different methods which I have shown here in one picture. Here one picture the first picture depicts that it is kept in the open air for drying. That means sunlight is also there. So it is kept for drying. Then you can see in the second picture the girl is opening the refrigerator. You know that refrigerator temperature is cold. Yes. So due to the temperature which is cold, microorganisms do not get enough warmth for their growth, and so they do not grow when the things are kept in the refrigerator. The third thing is boiling, and fourth is keeping in airtight cans. So let us see each one of them one by one. So first one is drying. So what things you can dry? You can dry cereals like wheat, jowar, okay, pulses also you can dry, and dals you can dry. Okay, so all these farmers, after growing them, the last stage, as I have told you, is keeping the food grains which are produced for drying. Why we need to dry? We need to dry the foodstuffs. It's because the food stuff which is fresh contains lot of moisture in them. That means lot of water is there, and one of the factor for the growth of microorganism is water also. So because they require water for the germination of their spores. Spores, as I mentioned to you, they are like the seeds of the plants. Plants have seeds, and seeds germinate into a new plant, right? Like that, even microorganism like fungus and bacteria, they have spores. So these spores germinate, and then they germinate in presence of water. So if there is water in the grains, food grains and all, these microorganisms will definitely grow. Even vegetable fruits, why they get spoiled faster? It's because they contain lot of water in them, and so they get spoiled faster as compared to the grains. Okay, now grains do not get spoiled very quickly. It's because they are dried before they are sold. Okay, they are dried thoroughly in the sun. So when we dry, because of drying, what happens is that the water content which is there, due to sun's heat, the water vapor goes up. Okay, water goes up in the form of evaporation. You have learned evaporation. So water from these food grains also evaporate due to the presence of sunlight. Okay, so this once the water is completely gone, the the food grains completely dries, and the microorganisms which are there in them also die because of the temperature and reduced water content. Here it is said warmth. Warmth means not that warmth which is required for them to grow. It is a higher temperature. So at higher temperature, the microorganisms will not grow. They will die. Okay, so drying also kills. Drying in the hot sun kills the microorganism because there is no water, and the temperature is also more when it is getting dried. Fine. So you can see how microorganisms have got reduced from like this to like this. Okay. Then next. Which are the foodstuffs which are dried? So this method is used to preserve foodstuffs like papad, papad, kurdai, okay, sandge, wheat, dals. All these things are dried, preserved by drying. So these foodstuffs are preserved by drying. So next we will continue. The next method of preserving is cooling. As I have told you, microorganisms require certain temperature, warmth they require for their growth. Okay, so they grow mostly at a temperature of around 28 to 30 degree to 35 degree, and above that they get killed. Okay, whereas lower temperature like 18 degree minus 5 degree 6 degree, at this temperature they cannot show their activity, and therefore they remain dormant inside. I mean, they remain like that only, or they do not show any activity and they do not grow, means the multiplication of the microorganism will not arise here in the refrigerator, because the temperature is cold and at that temperature they cannot grow, and if they don't grow the food also does not get spoiled. Okay, so food will not get spoiled. So what we can store in the refrigerator? We can store foodstuffs like milk. Okay, we can keep the milk fresh in the refrigerator for few days. Curry preparation, whatever mummy prepares in the daytime, if it is left during the night time and all, for the next day she can keep that curry preparation in the refrigerator. Vegetables are stored in the refrigerator. Some of the fruits are stored in the refrigerator. Okay, so that they will not get spoiled. If they are, when they are kept outside, they will get spoiled faster. So that is why the temperature of the food is reduced, and then they are kept like that in the refrigerator. So the temperature in the refrigerator is very low, and so we can keep the things, the foodstuffs which I have mentioned to you, whatever foodstuffs can be preserved in the refrigerator. So microorganisms do not get warmth they need for their growth in the refrigerator, and so the food does not get spoiled. Fine, so vegetables, foodstuffs remain fresh in the refrigerator. Now the next method of preserving is boiling. Okay, boiling kills the microorganisms. So when foodstuffs are boiled, microorganisms in them get destroyed. That is why when the milk is brought in the house, it is first boiled, so that all the microorganisms which are there inside the milk will get killed. And not only milk, but whatever preparations the food mother is preparing, everything is boiled or heated on the gas stove, right? And so when it is boiled, microorganism will get definitely killed. The temperature is very high and they cannot survive in that condition. So boiling is another method of preserving. Next is we have placing in airtight cans. So certain foodstuffs like biscuits and jam, jellies, or maybe pickles and all of them are kept in the airtight containers. Why it is kept in airtight container? It's because in this what happens is that first, before storing them in the airtight containers, okay, the microorganisms are destroyed. Okay, microorganisms in them are destroyed. Okay, and the water or air does not enter inside, because water and air is required. Okay, water and air required for the germination of the microorganisms, but water and air are kept away from the foodstuffs which are kept in the airtight container. So once they are filled, okay, they will be sealed later on. That means how it can be sealed, it means by placing a clean cloth above it and tying it very tightly, so that nothing will happen. So after putting the lid of the jar wherein it is stored, it will be a cloth will be tied over it so that it does not get spoiled, and that is only called as sealing. At home, in the domestic level, at home we are sealing like that. But when whatever you get from market, it has a particular specific seal is there for that. So only once you remove the seal that will be opened. Otherwise it is when it is kept in the airtight containers, first the microorganisms in that foodstuffs are killed and they are kept away from water and air. Next, so you can see how you can get in the market and on how these airtight containers you get in the market. So it's just because to avoid the growth of the microorganisms. Now, see, so many tasty pickles you can see. Do you know how these pickles are prepared? Do you want to know how they are prepared? Yes. So now let us try to perform a small activity of preparing the pickle. Okay, so now we are going to we will prepare lemon pickle. Now for preparing lemon pickle, what is required? You will require a glass jar, transparent glass jar. A knife is required, a spoon is required. There should be 7 to 8 lemons. A quarter bowl of, quarter means 1/4. You have learnt now about fraction. Quarter means 1/4. So 1/4 bowl. Now 1/4 means what? Half of half. Okay. You know one full thing, half, and half of half is called as 1/4. So you require 1/4 bowl of salt, 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, 1.5 bowl of sugar. So you have to keep, if you want to prepare now or your mother wants to prepare, you tell the instructions. You give the instructions to your mother how to prepare. Your mother must be knowing, but if you want to prepare as a small activity, you can also do this. Okay. So the only thing you will have to buy the lemons from the market. Fine. Then, so before preparing, what you need to do is that you have to take a clean and dry glass jar. So before putting anything inside this, you see that you have to clean the jar and then you have to keep it dry with the, you can dry it with the help of a clean washed cloth. Okay. Fine. So once you take a clean jar, you need to take the lemon, you need to cut it into 8 pieces like this. You have to cut one lemon into 8 pieces. Once they are ready, you need to fill them in the jar, and then what you are supposed to add? You are supposed to add salt in that, whatever amount of salt is taken, then sugar, chili powder, all this you have to put inside the jar, and then you have to mix the ingredients thoroughly. Okay. See, first lemons you cut, all 7 to 8 lemons, and each lemon should be cut into 8 parts. So 8 into 8, how many will be? It will be 64 pieces. Okay, 64 pieces. It's enough for you. Correct, na? So then you have to add salt, chili powder and sugar, whatever is asked. Okay, so that much you have to put and then stir it. Fine. Then once you stir it nicely like this, you can place a clean cloth above it. You have to seal the jar. So for that sealing, you need to tie a clean piece of cloth over the mouth of the jar and keep it in the sun for 10 days, so that if microorganisms and all are growing, they might, get destroyed due to the warmth of the due to the increased temperature. So keep it in the sun for 10 days so that it does not get spoiled on later on. Fine. So when you are preparing, also see that your hand should be very clean. Fine. So once it is once the cloth is placed above it, you need to stir it every day. Okay. Now you can even your pickle is ready now. You can even prepare the pickle of water amla and mango. Okay. Now next thing is last part of the lesson, that is methods of preserving food. Last thing is you can also preserve the food by adding certain preservatives. Now what are preservatives? Preservative are certain substances which are added to the foods like jams or pickles to preserve them for a long time. Okay, so such chemicals or such substances are called as preservatives. And what are these preservatives? Simple things like sugar. When the jam is prepared, sugar is added. Why sugar is added? Because it is one of the preservative, and of course it gives the taste also. Salt also, like in pickle and all, you add salt. Then hing. Hing means, in hing we call it in Marathi, but its name is asafoetida. Okay, so asafoetida is the name of the hing, is also added to give flavor also, and it is acting like the preservative also. Then mustard, rye. Rye is also given food, for the pickle and all. When the pickle is prepared, mother gives fodni of the mustard, that is rye. Okay, then oil and vinegar is also, oil is also added. You have seen that for the pickle oil is also added. Vinegar is used in curry preparations also. So it is one of the preservative also, because it is the acid called as acetic acid. So acid kills the microorganisms. So that is why even vinegar is added for the pickle. So these are some of the examples of preservatives. Okay, so how you can preserve your food. Now, much of the variety in the taste. Now, let us talk about some masalas here now. Okay, that is the last part of the lesson. So, there is variety of the taste in our food, correct? And from where this variety is coming? It is coming from the different spices. Okay, different masalas what we have, because each masala, every spice is a different flavor. Okay, or taste. Fine. Then they have strong taste and flavors and are therefore used in small quantities. Masala and all, you don't put lots like this. Okay, you prepare with small quantities because it has strong taste and flavor. So they are added to the food in lesser quantities, and before they are sold, they are dried in the sun. Okay, so spices can be dried and stored for a long time, and then they can be mixed and powdered to make many different types of masalas. Your mother also prepares so many things with different types of masala. The red chili is one thing. Then bhaska masala, Malwani bhaska masala, garam masala you have. Correct? Then fish masala you get. So different, chicken masala is different. So all the different masalas are there, and they are prepared by using different ingredients in different proportions. Okay, so once they are powdered and mixed together, it is called as first mixing, and then given for grinding to make it into powder, and a nice masala, tasty masala you get. Once it is added to your food, it will taste very good. And then different spices are obtained from specific parts of the different plants. Like for example, chilies are actually the fruits. Then saffron, what you call for this saffron is this kesar, okay, is actually a flower. It gives a nice taste and flavor. Then cinnamon is tikki, okay, so it is actually a stem. Tikki is the stem of the tree. So such type of masalas we are getting, so from different parts of the plants. Then what type of foods we are supposed. Now this always remember, you need to remember this. Whenever we are buying certain foodstuffs from the market, see that there will be expiry date written on that. So you have to always check for the expiry date and then only buy the things. Okay, so if it is written used before 3 months, okay, or 6 months or 1 year, so then that means it's expiry. That means it will get expired. It get expired means it will get spoiled after 3 months, or whatever the date is given on that. So suppose it is given 3 months, you have to use within 3 months. After 3 months you should not use it, because it may become harmful, because the microorganisms may grow in them and it gets spoiled faster. So such food if you have after expiry date, what you can have? You can have problems of stomach ache and indigestion. So whenever you are buying certain things, you should be very careful. Okay, so this is about the whole lesson we have learned. Now let us see the summary what we have learned in this lesson. So we have learned something like this. If pickles, jams, papads are made in the right season, they can be enjoyed for the whole year. Okay, if air, water, warmth are available, microorganisms grow rapidly in foodstuffs. Some microorganisms cause foodstuffs to get spoiled. Then drying, cooling, boiling and canning foodstuffs is also adding preservatives to them, are different methods of preserving food. Okay, so this we have learned in this chapter, and we have finished this chapter now. Okay, so till we meet again the next time. Thank you dear students. I hope so you have understood the lesson.